Hi there, Raj here from Trading College. Just having a look at where we are in the markets at the moment and just giving you a brief update before the weekend and leading into next week. So first of all, you can see we've had a really strong sell-off in GBPUSD. So I've just given you all three timeframes here. The 4 hours on the left, the 1 day is in the middle, and the weekly is on the right hand side. But you can definitely see we've seen a really strong move. We had a PTS entry, a pro trading system entry here just around the 1.30 level, and we've really extended to the downside. We've seen some really strong dollar strength. So I'm going to show you the dollar index. So this is the basket of currencies that the US dollar trades against. So predominantly it's Euro US dollar, but you can see it's had a really strong move to the upside. We've had some really good signals there, and there is an indication that it could go a little bit further, to be honest. So we're going to keep an eye on how that's gonna be proceeding in the next few days. So away from FX, let's go and have a look at some of the indices. And the Dow Jones, after having a really strong start to the week, we had a really big sell-off yesterday, and also we're a bit flat today actually, so just down 0.03%. We've not had the US Open, so it's looking pretty negative so far on this 4-hour chart and this daily chart. Although we have upside pro trading system targets, we are nowhere near in a trend. So that's something to watch out for, really. And then really the FTSE 100 is the interesting one, because the FTSE 100 has been in a good trend on the daily chart and the weekly chart, but we've come back down in to test this moving average here. So any kind of long positions that we see bringing up, so that could be a momentum trigger or a pro trading system long, that could be a good idea in this market. So although it shows short trades at the moment, because of the way the higher term bias is, it's in an uptrend on the right hand side on the weekly. That means that we could still be looking for long trades on the 4-hour and the daily chart. Although it's showing shorts at the moment, it doesn't always mean, we have to take them every single time. We need to look at these things a bit more methodically. Again, looking at the DAX as well in Germany, you can see pretty similar scenario. We're in no man's land in the middle of the moving averages on the weekly. Again, in the daily, if anything, that looks like a good short, and we have picked up some short targets here as well. So a bit of a divergence between what's going on with the FTSE 100 and the DAX. So you can see here we've got a few targets to the downside here. This one we need to wait to roll over on the daily chart as well, just to confirm what's going on between the two. Now, in commodities markets, there's a bit of a different story. So let's look at crude. Crude, you can see, is looking down on the 4-hour, looking down on the daily, right? So we need to see how this progresses. I'm just going to bring this one to the 1-hour, because on some commodities, I like looking on smaller time frames. So if we are down on the daily, we want to see when this hourly chart turns negative with it on the downside. If we break below these moving averages here, this could look like a really good short. So that's one I'm keeping an eye on. Gold has also made a move in that type of direction as well. You can see here now we've triggered to the downside on gold, and this is the same type of pattern that we just saw on oil. We're getting downside pro trading system targets, and we're also getting downside targets on the hourly as well to try and match those. I really do think that maybe we could be hitting the $1,900 per ounce mark on gold. So that means we could get further opportunities on the hourly chart, on the new pro trading systems, on the new momentum trigger signals to the downside. So let's keep an eye on that over the coming week as well. The main thing is, let's just go back to the indices and look at risk again, okay? So the risk markets are the index markets. So I'm going to bring this one on the daily. I'm going to bring this one on the weekly, and I'm going to bring this one on the monthly, okay? So quite a higher time frame look at things. And we just want to see how we're looking here. Really, we got some downside targets. We want to see if this is going to stop. If this does break this wave low and we break to the downside, then we could be looking at another move to about 4,300, 4,200. Obviously, we're not sure. We need to wait for a close and confirm above that level to give that a shot. Okay, so that's next week's bias, and let's have a look and see how that unfolds for next week. So if you've got any questions, please just email them in. If not, I'll look forward to speaking to you next week.